So yeah, it's an inside job, like Siri Shakti was saying, that you are very convincing because it is part of you. And again, this is another episode that we actually went through this. We talked about how, the self-sabotage, it knows all your weaknesses.
Yeah.
It knows like how to disguise itself to make it feel like it's not you, it's something else. It's something externally that's creating you to have these challenges, and it's not in your control. Because if it's not in your control and these challenges are happening that you can't control them, then it's not your fault. And then you can just go ahead and play the victim.
Yeah.
And not saying that they aren't real, and not saying that you aren't, going through a challenging or tough time, but you could either sit down and just let it happen to you, and then just, and just let it wound you, or you can actually, get up at some point and be like, no, I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to accept feeling like crap. I'm not going to accept making myself, talk down to myself and feel like poop.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to accept this, and I'm going to get out there and make it happen. Nothing's going to stop me.
Yeah. I like to look at this as building a muscle, because it's so easy. Like sometimes, as we've gone through, like we've learned from a lot of great teachers and things. For instance, I look at them and I'm like, you see where they're at now, and you think, oh, those people must have it all together. They must have no challenges. That is not reality. The reality is that all of these people have faced their own internal and external challenges, but they've found ways to master their emotions, and they work on it every day. This is what we're talking about, right? This isn't just a one-time fix, now we're all good, right? This is like etching away at, like, let's say you have a big stone and you're etching away at it slowly to create a masterpiece. That's what your life is. You're etching away to make the masterpiece of your life. And I like to think of this as like a muscle, because when you go through these times of this like inner kind of conflict, where you have this inner dialogue of maybe like not empowering things coming through, or that inner doubt, well, these things are, on one side, they're actually coming up for a purpose, because they're testing you to make you stronger, right?
Yeah.
This is life. It's test to strengthen. And that's how we build a muscle. I mean, think about it, Dan. When you're working out, you're actually tearing down the muscle, right, to make it stronger.
Yeah, when you're working out, you're not making it stronger when you work it out, when it works out. When you're doing it, it's actually tearing it apart.
Yeah.
So you're shredding, tearing, destroying, so that way it will rebuild.
Yes.
So when you're resting, it's rebuilding.
Thanks for watching the Rockstar in Life podcast, your source for unleashing your inner rock star. Thanks again, and don't forget to be a rock star in your life and make the world your stage.